True Story Media.
Hey, it's Brittany Yard, creator and host of You Probably Think This Story's About You. This week, I'm going to bring you a very special episode, something that is very close to my heart. Last summer, I was approached to join something called Podcasthon. Over 1,600 podcasters from around the world taking the time to share their favorite charitable organizations with their listeners. Between March 15th and March 21st, all these podcasters are going to release episodes highlighting those organizations that are most important to them. I was so excited to be a part of this. A couple times in my show, I've talked about being a CASA, and that's C-A-S-A, Court-Appointed Special Advocate. The role of a CASA is to act as a guardian ad litem for the foster kids that are going through the system. The reason why I chose to be a CASA was because I really believed that the foster youth have to navigate a system that is not designed to be there for them. And in my role as a CASA, I get to meet with the kids, talk to all the parties involved, and then I go to court and let the judge know what it is that the child wants. It doesn't always mean that the child gets what they want, but it does give them a voice in a system that they have been silenced in. And I really think it's important that we make sure to address the needs emotionally, physically, and the mental health needs of the kids that are in the foster care system. This program started in King County, but it is now across the country. You can go to nationalcasa.org and find out what your local program is called. People that volunteer to become a CASA come from all different backgrounds with the one goal of advocating for the children in the foster care system. I am going to tell you a little bit about the CASA program in King County, which is where I am a volunteer. Social workers that are assigned to these cases are so overloaded with work, and a lot of times it's hard to manage the needs of the child while also making sure that all of the court-required steps are taken to manage the cases for the parents and for the state. CASAs have a choice to only have one case. Some people that are retired might have multiple cases, but you get to choose your cases and you get to choose how many of those different cases you take on at a time. So managing it with my schedule has always been really easy to do and something that is so important. I believe that every child deserves a safe, permanent, and loving home. In the U.S. right now, there are over 390,000 children that are currently in the foster care system. CASA volunteers come from all walks of life, but to be that stable, consistent adult in the life of a child navigating the foster care system is so crucial. As you heard from Cash in a previous episode, she didn't have that one person until Wanda. And not all of these kids have a Wanda. Volunteering to be a CASA and dedicating a small portion of your time to helping them can change the trajectory of their lives in such a positive way. And I think it's so important for us to address the needs of our children so that we can start healing our society as a whole. Part of my role as being a CASA is meeting regularly with the child. I talk to the caregivers, the teachers, the social workers, all of the other parties that might be involved in the case, and I provide critical recommendations to the court directly to the judge about what's best for that child's future. The work of a CASA is so important if you consider the reality of the foster care system in the United States. Every year, over 200,000 children enter the foster care system, and the average stay is 20 months. Some children remain in foster care until they age out at 18 years old. Studies have shown that children with a CASA volunteer are more likely to find a permanent home, be returned to their homes, do better in school, and receive more services that address their unique needs. Every child in the foster care system deserves to have a voice. CASAs help make that happen. Living in Seattle, I love that the CASA program started here. In 1977, a local judge recognized that foster kids were being unrepresented in these cases. Sometimes they were never even talked to. He asked his friends to volunteer to meet with the foster children and report back to him. Then, in 1984, the official National CASA Association was formed. Family courts across the country started realizing how important it was for these children to have a voice in court. Today, King County CASA is one of the largest and most active programs in the country. Every year, dedicated volunteers advocate for hundreds of children, ensuring that their needs are met and their voices are heard. Currently, in King County, there are 439 children that have an assigned CASA. Unfortunately, there are 409 that don't. I work with my CASA supervisor to find cases that I resonate with and that I believe my specific background can help aid that child through the process that they are going through. The support staff and the training that CASA provides equipped me with enough information so that I can effectively advocate for these children through the court system. I don't have any background or history working in the courts or with law. It's not something that you need. You only need to care for children and want to advocate for them. There are so many ways that you can support children in the foster care system. If you want to become a CASA, go to nationalcasa.org, search your area, and find out what programs and tools they have. Many CASA programs rely on donations. Spreading awareness and sharing information about the foster care system and the CASA's impact can encourage more people to get involved. For more information, visit the National CASA website. I truly believe that one of the best ways that we can heal as a society is to care and support our children. There's a link in the show notes to Podcasthon. Check out the other 1,600 podcasters that are also using their platform to raise awareness around the world.